Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, guys. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, and yeah, I hope we can do some good stuff tonight as well. I want to do more stuff and improve few things, mainly on quest, and ensure that stuff is working as it's supposed to be, and then extend it a bit. Yeah, let me see if I'm ready. I don't know. This is okay. This is okay. This was missing, so I click it. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Well, we should be okay. We should be okay. Hello. Hello. Picture of the day. Solitary man. A solitary man in Asia. Okay. So if you remember yesterday, we basically fixed all that we wanted. I think the only one that we are not completely sure is the behavior speech. We don't know if he's really using... and there is another thing I want to fix now that I think about it. Let me do it immediately or I forget. So in the editor, we can control if we want to have the speech bubble or not. And I would say that we may avoid the speech bubble if we are already speaking with an NPC, right? Because yesterday we saw it, yes, it was triggering, but do we really need it triggering? Probably not. I think we don't. We don't need it triggered, so... let's launch the editor. The check I can do, I can check when, because there is a specific is speaking with NPC, right? We have a boolean on the client that is fairly safe, and we can use it for that to check if we are speaking with NPC or not. Let's open all the previous windows because probably the one that we need is already up. I think we'll be in player controller when we receive the chat message, the say message, right? So there should be a receive say message, exactly. Okay, so okay, exactly, this one, show speech bubble, right? So the show speech bubble, I think we will do it only if we are not speaking with NPC. And so if this is, we do it only if it's false. We so don't show the bubble if we are in NPC speech mode, right? I think that is a good idea. And so we just save it like this and it's done. Now this will obviously include also other players speaking with you, right? So like if a player is in front of you or is in the distance and and you're speaking with the NPC and the player says something, you will not see his bubble. And I think it's perfectly fine, right? I think it's exactly what we need. Okay, this is done. Now, the second thing I wanted to check is the quest piece. I have to think about it. I have to think about it. The quest piece. The quest piece. The only way that I have to intercept it is on load, right? So we need to see if... well, I assume that on load is actually working, so probably where we are losing the... I think when we are losing... Actually, we have an NPC dialogue verbose that we can enable if you want. It's generic, it's not on the specific NPC. So if we want, we can do this. Can we load in? Can we load in only Abelia? Can we load in only Abelia? Number 7. We do quest through and everything else falls, exactly. Okay. I think it would be nice also to have maybe a switch for the path network. Load yes or no. But hello Hula, looks like you have some strike on your stream again on Twitch. You mean music? That's fine. Anyway, the stuff on Twitch is deleted after 10 days automatically, so it's fine. The only one that we don't want is on YouTube. Even if, I mean, even in YouTube is the same, but would be better not to have it on YouTube if possible. But it's very hard to multi-stream because sometimes, you know, Twitch says something, sometimes YouTube says something, so if you are multi-streaming, right, maybe on one side is fine, on the other side is not. So it's okay. Yeah, you saw the purple line. You can read at the bottom what is the song. If you tell me what is the song, I can remove it. But you have to open the stream and read at the bottom the name of the song, and then I can do it. It's all kind of extra work, and sometimes I just don't care, and it's fine. Why sometimes he's doing this? Ah, fuck. I know why. Wait a second. Nah, I forgot to reconnect. I think it probably shut down. Did it shut down? Oh yes, it did. It did shut down. The Linux machine shut down. The Linux machine shut down. One second, huh? Okay. Yeah, the Linux machine shut down because I had to switch. I will have to check that things are still up. No, you have a blackboard who says you have a problem and they stop music somewhere on the video. Okay, let's check that. I have a blackboard. Okay, let's check that. What is the blackboard? So the streaming of yesterday. Yeah, there is a purple sign here, right? I don't know if you can see it, but here in the middle there is a piece where the sound has been muted. Right? And then here the sound is back. So yeah, there is a piece here that has been muted, but I don't understand what you mean by the blackboard, Hula. So you can read, you can go to the purple piece and then just read at the bottom here, and you see what is the piece that is getting removed. And is the blackboard? You mean this one? You mean this audio portion? Yeah, it's fine. Is Portal 2 soundtrack? Songs to test. There is the name, songs to test. So it's a piece of the Portal 2 soundtrack that for whatever reason they don't like. But okay, fine. If I have to spend time, you know, to check all that stuff all the time and cut the video and whatever, I spend too much time. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is that so if I have to enable what? I have to enable NPC dialogue verbose, right? I think it's server log. I think it's server log. Something like set server log. Yeah, set server log. So set server log, we go NPC dialogue verbose, right? Okay. So with this setting, we are enabling Abelia to go and to have the full debug in theory. So let me see if I go in front of her now. Yes, you see? I went in front of her and this thing triggered, right? This thing triggered. And okay, this is very nice. Wow, we searched it in a million places. But none of this returned a valid response, unfortunately. Let me see. I think the more bad is now an AI can delete the music and let you talking. Yeah. That would be good, not bad. Why bad? I think it's good. If they can do it automatically, it would be very nice. It would be very, very nice if we can do it automatically. Okay, you see that this is the search, right? So it's searching very short range. It's searching very short range on Abelia. I don't think we have very short range though. I think we have short range in the quest, if I remember right. Yeah, we have short range. So very short range will never work. So to trigger short range, we need to go after 4 meters. So we need to go here. Okay, now we trigger short range. Okay, short range is good. Short range is good. It's pretty much the same, but I just want to have the right one, right? Okay, this is the short range, and she has short range in the quest, you see? She has short range in the quest, so we are searching first on Abelia. In the Abelia knowledge area. Then we are searching in newbie, then we are searching race basic, then Hydla, then general, then Hydla basic, then Hydla Abelia, right? But I think we are never searching by... I think we're never searching by quest though, that's the problem. I think we're never searching by quest. No? Ah, I loaded only her. Okay. This testing is always freaking pain. So let's do this. Let's remove the quest for me. That are number 7, right? Okay. Let's remove the quest that are number 7. Let's reconnect. They don't do it, nobody thinks about it. Ah, maybe they will do. But I think that, you know, separating audio is not that simple, because actually the audio signal is going through together, right? So, but I think a lot of streamers, what they do, they have the music channel in the live stream, but not in the recording, right? So they completely remove the music in the recording, which probably is a good idea. But I think it requires a special setup. Okay, so if I speak with her now, we should have the possibility to run the quests, right? And okay, this is exactly what I wanted to see. So I wanted to see how I wanted to see this. I wanted to understand in the case of a quest, right? Recognizing phrases, blah blah blah, Belia checking triggers, start tutorial, phrase recognized, start tutorial, checking Abelia for triggers, start tutorial response and quest ID. Because it goes by quest ID directly. It goes by quest ID directly. I don't understand how it was working in the old game, because we don't check every quest, right? We don't check every quest, and I think it's also we should not check every quest. I think that short range is a bad idea. It should not. Unless the -1, right? Unless the -1 is checking regardless of quest. But I'm pretty sure that this is searching. If you go quest ID, right? If you go quest ID, area trigger, prime response, trigger find. The key is area trigger prior response. Find response, consider trigger. So in reality here we have a consider trigger. We have a consider trigger short range. So we arrive basically here, but then you see we go check if not all response are blocked, not available in quest, prerequisite not fulfilled, as available responses, because here we go immediately into find response, no available response found, right? So here's where we go. So while in theory, if this is doing the right thing. Is the music too loud? It's always Super Meat Boy that is. It's kind of annoying. As available responses. Find the response in dictionary. It's checking if that trigger has available responses. I think it will be interesting to see if we arrive here or not. It'll be very interesting to know. Let's debug it. Let's debug it. Because the fact that it was working in the old game really bothers me, right? Because if there is something that was working in the old game and is not working in the new game, means there is a problem with the porting of the code. And if there is a problem, maybe, you know, is hiding other problems. So I would like, you know, the new code to work exactly like the old code. Okay, so we go and we see. We go and see, boys. Anyway, I think plane shift is a good piece of software. I mean, if you put it, I mean, if you consider all the things that it's doing, yes, the graphics maybe is not great, but I mean, we have a lot of functionality in the game. We do. I mean, we do a lot. We do a lot. We actually do a lot. Okay, so we go here. Ah, didn't trigger, eh? It didn't? Didn't trigger. So it's stopping before. Ah, fuck. GG. I was not running in debug mode, boys. I was not running it in debug mode. Okay. That's why we didn't go through. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, we have to launch it in debug mode and see. Okay. We are already in the right position, so in theory should trigger immediately as soon as we log in. Can we do it? Ah, there is a trigger. Ah, it triggered already. Ah, no, sorry. This was the... Let me disable it. This was the trigger that we tested yesterday. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that breakpoint anymore. It's fine. It's still starting. Okay. I have to remember to move the updater to a public server. There's a lot of stuff to do, boys. Okay, let's see. Let's make ourselves visible. And let's go here. Okay, we triggered. Fine. Okay, we enter here, right? So in quest ID is -1, I assume. Yes, quest ID is -1. So the point is, do I find the trigger? I don't even find the trigger, bro. Why I don't even find the trigger? Ah, okay. I find the trigger here. Perfect. And this one, unfortunately, is returning false. And this is our problem, right? This is our problem. But we need to understand why. We have a response ID list. Yes, we do. Which is nice. We are trying to find the response. We find the response, which is actually Abelia welcomes you to Idla. Okay, so we actually have a response. Okay, very nice. So now we are checking if the player exists, if the response actually has a quest, and the response has a prerequisite. Oh, there is a prerequisite. Ah, fuck, there is a prerequisite. There is a prerequisite, so probably is working. Ah, wait. Yeah, it would be nice if we have a verbose, you know, for yeah, can we put a verbo? Because, you know, so here is checking if all the prerequisites are true and available. And this will be skipped, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, you see, it will be skipped. You know what we can do? Let's put a dialogue verbose that actually says quest response found, right? Quest response found. But prerequisite quest response found, but quest not active, or prerequisite failed, right? So that we know it, because and we can print out, I think, the quest ID. We can print I mean, I can even print the response ID if we want. Why not? Assuming the quest is valid, because actually here we do a bit of a switch that says if the quest is valid. Yeah, it's kind of risky, because if quest is invalid, Yeah, exactly. I should say we can do this. We can do response quest, right? Response quest. If it's valid, we do quest ID. If it's not valid, we do -1. We do -1, right? So we basically say that the quest is not valid. It doesn't like me because ID is not an integer. No, it is. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Well, we have the quest. Wait a second. We have the quest ID here. I'm passing it through. I'm so stupid. We have it there. I don't have to do anything else. Just print it out. Just print it out. Even if no. Because the actual quest you find may be different from the quest that you are querying for. So I think it's good to do this. If response quest, so we have an int that is like found or resp. We can call it response quest ID, right? Response quest ID by default will be -1. And if response quest is valid, we do response quest ID, whatever, right? Oops. And so in that sense, at least we know, right? And here we do response quest ID. Okay, so like this is safe, right? Right? Because it is the case where the quest is there, we have a prerequisite, but we cannot find the solution, right? Which is our problem at the moment, right? So if I stop everything and I remove the because actually that had a prerequisite, right? That had a prerequisite, so that's why. That's why it was failing. This is why it was failing. So we have, I don't know exactly what is the prerequisite, but it probably is checking that you didn't finish the other quest yet or something stupid like that. Let me see. This is quest number 1132. 1132. So if we go in quest 11 ID equal to 1132, right? What is the prerequisite? Oh fuck, the prerequisite is empty. What the fuck? Yeah, the check is wrong. What? Is this happening because I'm a game master or what? I think there is something fishy going on here. Hello, Fergus. Do you know other software who use part of your work? There have been few teases. I think some people did teases, master teases with some of our code, yes. But other projects, no, usually, usually real companies are rewriting everything from scratch. They are not really copying from an open source project, so it's not the way the companies work. So this whole idea of I copy you is kind of so. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really happen, I think, for real. Maybe some ideas, yes, but getting the code of someone else and integrating into your code, I think is tough. Unless it's really super smartly designed with a plugin, and it's really easy and designed to be. But a project like ours, which is, all interconnected, or you use it all, or... So there is something that is failing here, boys. I don't know what, but there is something that is failing. In this mega if, which is really a mega if, by the way, something is failing. So you know what we're gonna do? I think we are going to log in with the other account. Wait. Which is a player account, so we are 100% sure that for a player will not happen, right? I think I have this number, Hello, Video Nomad. Hi. How are you? Okay, let's do it like this. Let's do it with a player. I just want to be sure that I'm not messing up just because I am a game master. We will have to teleport the player in the right position, but it's fine. Holy giga if statement. Yeah, it's kind of a big, I mean, it's like if na and na and na or na and na or na, yeah. It's like, yeah. Have fun checking the logic here. Try to understand if he's right. Try to understand if he's right. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying. Loading waypoints. Loading guild houses. Loading world. Come on. You can do it. I believe. Okay, let's log in with the GM and let's teleport the player. And let's teleport the player to Momires, Momires. I remember Momires. He's already there. GG. He's already there because he already has this quest or what? Maybe he did it already. No, if he did it already, we have to remove it. No, completed. I bet he has welcome. Fuck. Why testing is so hard? Why testing is so hard? Why? Why testing is so hard? Okay. 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 Okay, let's do this. Let's do set server log. No, wait, no. Let me do it differently. No, it's too long. Let me just start in debug mode. I think it's the only solution. Let's start in debug mode, but we need to remove from Momires. We have to remove from Momires the dead quest, unfortunately. Right? Momires, because he already has it, because we probably did a test already on him. So character quest, where player ID, blah blah blah. Yes, here it is. He has all these quests already done, so it will never trigger. Now it's removed. The server is starting. I hope we can relog and everything will go as expected. Maybe 3 hours of dev and 12 hours of debugging. Yeah, exactly. Like all the special cases, you know, like bugs that happen only, I don't know, in Wednesday night at 10 p.m. only. 10:01. Yeah. But anyway, that's part of development. I think is okay. If our brain was more correct, you know, we would write code without bugs, but we cannot. We are very, very limited. We are limited to the number of iterations, right, that our brain can do. So we cannot figure, you know, a full scenario. Like we cannot predict chess, you know, a chess game in X amount of moves or whatever. So the code is very similar because you can say, oh, if this happen, if this happen, if this happen, if this happen, then, you know. Code is a bit like a chess thingy, but okay, so let's see. So if this guy goes here, right? Hopefully I was more than 4 meters, hopefully. Short range, perfect. Okay, we are in short range, so we can see if... Okay, good. Trigger ID, what? Trigger ID 0. Wait, variable responses. Trigger, short range, yeah, exactly. We are in the right place, eh? We are in the right place. We are exactly in the right place. So we want to see if with Momires is also failing. He's a player, so it should be fine in theory, but probably will fail anyway. So this check, no, not this check, but this check, yes, this check. Ah, with Momires is going in. Ah, so he only fails with a GM. Ah, this is super nice. This is super nice. Okay, so I don't have to fix anything. I don't. I don't have to fix anything. Okay, now let's see if it works for real though. Because what we want we want the pop-up, huh? We want the pop-up when so in 60 seconds. Can be an interesting puzzle, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like solving puzzles, yes. It's like solving puzzles. In theory, in 60 seconds, we should trigger again. Are 60 seconds so long? Maybe they are. Do 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 do. Okay, we triggered. So we triggered. Now I can just go through without. Bro, can I have this window? I cannot click anywhere. Oh, okay. Ah, fuck. So we actually. Okay, so why? Okay. So it actually kind of worked, but at the same time it didn't. Okay, so I think the reason is that we are hitting exactly the same bug that we were hitting yesterday, meaning that we are yeah, we are in this situation. We are in the proximity speech where we had these public faults and this was not working, and then we fixed it by setting should show speech bubble, right? Now, yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's the problem. I'm pretty sure that that's the problem. Yes. Should show speech bubble is false. Yep. So this is gonna skip it. Yeah, he skipped the thingy. Okay, so I understand what is the problem. It's the same problem of yesterday, but in the quest. Is the same problem of yesterday, but in the quest. So I think that the question now is, how the hell do we fix that? Because I mean, we can go quest manager, we can go quest manager, and in quest manager, when it's doing the parsing, you know, at the beginning, is deciding, you know, if the trigger is yeah, exactly, but shouldn't be the same though. Shouldn't be the same. I think it should. NPC. So what is the diff? So because I think the code is the same code actually. Right, it is doing the add NPC trigger. Okay. And it's putting the response. Okay. Okay. Wait, because the change we did yesterday. The change we did yesterday. The change we did yesterday. Exactly. Exactly. NPC dialogue dict add the trigger, you see. So this one is checking if this is a proximity trigger. If it's a proximity trigger, is modifying the response, right? Is modifying the response to be set show bubble, right? If is okay, 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 fine. This is good. I think this is good, but in the quest is done in a completely different place, right? Completely different place. It is a completely different. It's a completely different place. I don't understand why. I don't understand why we are adding the trigger here. Because probably this one is trying to add it to an existing response, and if it doesn't find the response, no. No, but I don't understand. But you know, even if I don't understand, even if I don't understand exactly this piece, I think I can assume. I think I can assume. Even if this is inside PS Quest, right? So PS Quest. Now wait a second. Wait a second. What is the difference between this add trigger and the one that we just saw a second ago? I'm a bit confused, right? Because this one is coming from, I think it's the same, just a different signature. Yeah, it's the same, just a different signature actually. So it's doing the same thing, but it's coming from a different place. Okay, I kind of understand now. Yeah, it's doing exactly the same. Okay, that is good, huh? Now we need to ensure that mm-hmm. 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 Because that here we don't have the response. In the same way we didn't have it before. It's the same problem, right? Because we were in the same situation. We were in the same situation. Exactly in the same situation yesterday. In another part of the code, right? Where add trigger had the trigger response as an ID and not as a pointer object. And that was making it impossible for us to actually do what we needed to do. And so I need to modify the same way, right? So I need to pass in not the trigger response ID, but I need to pass in the trigger response, right? And so this function needs to change. This thing needs to change. Come on. And now the only difference would be that no, changing this part of the code kind of scares me a bit, but fine. What? Uh-oh. 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 Oh. We have a J instead of an I. What the fuck? How did it work? It worked, boys, yesterday, but he's using the wrong index. Probably because they are both 0, right? Yeah, because they are both 0. There was one trigger on one script, but this actually was J instead of I. Ay. Mistakes are getting done. Okay, we fixed it anyway. Okay, so now if I recompile, right? We didn't do anything crazy, right? We didn't do anything crazy. We just switched, you know, to have the pointer to the response. Sorry, some people are asking about Friday. Sorry, I got distracted by a chat. By a chat, boys. We are recompiling. Recompiling is always a fun time. One failed, huh? Okay, there is another trigger that is using. Okay. Transform a target item into an NPC. Oh my god, what is this? What? Here we are on the dark side of our code, eh? Here we are. Here we are on the dark side of our code. What the hell does it mean to transform an item into an NPC? What? Transform an item into an NPC. Are you completely crazy? I don't know. Anyway, this is the only change that we need on this part because we are passing the any range run script. What the? Set PID. Set PID was PS server get unused PID. PS server get unused PID. What is this thing? Should we port it? What do you mean unused? You crazy? Get unused PID minus unused PID. What? What the hell is this? Unused PID. These are for temporary use. Init with a really big number and decrements. Sometimes we were very, you know, we were very creative. We were very, very creative. What do you mean init with a very big number? 0. What the fuck? Init with a very big number and decrement. 0. So we are going negative numbers. This thing is never initialized. I mean, it's initialized to 0, but it's never initialized to something else because I'm doing unused PID entire solution, right? Entire solution is there, is here, and is the minus. And that's it. And that's it, boys. Okay, I mean, we can do the same. We can do the same, it's not a problem. We can put it in game mode. We can put it in game mode. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I can put it here in game mode. I can call it whatever. Exactly like it was. I can call it unused PID. What the fuck is a uint? Oh my god, the crazy people we had in our team. Do you see what it's doing? Is an undefined is an unsigned int, right? Is set to 0 and then is decremented. You see the perversion in the mind of these people? Do you see the perversion in the mind of these people? Can we use uint 32t here in Unreal or not? Is this cross-platform enough or not? I hope so. We need on Linux at least. How do I know if UIN32T is available on Linux? GG. UINT32T does not make a name type. GG. Well, we can. You can just use UINT32, no? By the way, UINT32, huh? Let me just check, because at the end we have to set it as a PID, and a PID, I mean, we can do whatever we want, but at the end, you know, the point is that that stuff need to go into a PID, and a PID is what? A PID, I don't know what I clicked. A PID is what the fuck is a PID? Oh my god. Is a class. Is an int. It's just an int. So why we don't just use uint, right? Instead of uint32 underscore t. Boys. Why we just don't do uint, you know, speed, PID, and then we go with a crazy minus minus idea, which is a bit weird, but fine. I mean, we can do that. We can do that. I don't know why I didn't copy that. I mean, it's not that we need this now, but since I saw it and was a you fix me, you know, so now the only question would be, the only question would be, this is so bad, by the way, when we do this cast, so freaking bad. Should never do it. But anyway, we need world. We need world from someone, and then we need to get authentication mode, right? We need to get world from what? We can do it from client. Client is definitely valid, I assume. Right. So we can do client, get world, get authentication mode, cast it to whatever. No, but let's do it correctly though. I mean, let's do it normally because this is not a good idea otherwise. Wait. I will have to change all those thingies. I will have to change all this cast, explicit cast of Unreal object, which is a bad idea. Should never do it. Should never do it. I don't know if there is a better way to get the game mode, but it is a custom class, so in theory, no. Okay, so this in theory is the way to do it, right? Now the only problem is if game mode is null, but in theory should never have. If game mode is null, means that our game is not running, right? So this basically should do what we wanted to do, right? And it is the proper way to cast it. Okay, so we also fixed that, so hopefully that works, but it has nothing to do with what we were doing. I just saw it and it was a weird thing and I decided let's fix it. Right. I have no idea who's using this. Who is using transform item to NPC? I mean, what is this? So there is a way to create trap constructed. So this was okay. Okay. So this was to make traps. This was to make traps, but I think we never finished this code. But in theory, was a way to build a trap. Ah, interesting. Yeah. I think there was the okay. What do you mean? You in 32? What do you want? Why do you don't like uint? You don't like uint? I mean, I can use uint 32t, but why? Uint 32. Okay, uint 32. Uint by itself is a bad idea. Okay. We always learn new things, boys. We always learn new things. Still compiling. Okay. We go now. We go now for the win. We go for the win, boys. Do you believe? Do you believe that we can have a Belia speak to us like he was in the old game with the pop-up or not? Do you believe? Tell me if you believe. You don't tell me anything, huh? Okay. Okay. Oops! Server crashed. What the hell? No. What the fuck? Why? Why? Dictionary 789? Is the one that we changed, huh? Dictionary 789? Dictionary 987. 987? Okay, I understand. Okay. Hey, bro. The problem is that... annoying. Annoying. So, how do we... trigger response ID. Hey, but it must be valid, huh? I mean, if we arrive here, this is valid for sure. I mean, this trigger response, right, is valid. Otherwise, you know, this log will just crash. So I don't understand. No, my mistake. It was different than -1, right? It was different than -1. So basically we are saying that it must be valid. The original was different than -1, no? The original was... Sorry, I did it wrong, huh? The original check was the response ID is different than -1, right? So it must be a valid number. So in our case then is trigger response, right? Not trigger response. Okay. I messed up. Okay, nice. Well, I mean, now it's nice that we found it. Nice that we found it, my friends. You are not following, huh? You are sleeping, I know. I know. Do you think I can place I can add the Diablo 4 music to our playlist or not? I don't know. I think it would be nice. Come on, can you go up? I need to do this test. Why you are so slow? Ah. Momiras. Let's go, Momiras. I believe in you. I believe in you. Ah! He was there. He was there, boys. You didn't see it, but I saw it. So we will wait 60 seconds, and so you can see it again. But it actually worked. It actually worked. We got the proximity stuff on Quest working. Which is very, very nice. So it is working, I think. Now the only problem is that what was in the text, and by the way, we also have it here. Uh-oh, the font is completely fucked up. Why? Chat text. Yeah, why is... Oh my, welcome to the Bronze Door Outpost. Oh my, welcome to the Bronze Door Outpost. What? Oh my, welcome to the Bronze Door Outpost. Is she saying random things or is she saying something correct? Oh my. Welcome to the Bronze Door Outpost. Oh, okay. He's saying only the stuff that is in... that is not in quotes, that is not in brackets. And the reason is that everything else is... everything else is considered a description of what she's doing, and so it's not going through. It's kind of weird though. So it means that the say is going as a... yeah. I think we have... okay, but anyway, for what we need now, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think for what we need now is fine. So we fixed basically the proximity triggers inside Quest, which was which was a question we had open since some time. Well, actually yesterday. But basically there is a proximity trigger. There is another type of proximity triggers that is through quest, and it works as proximity speech, because we have two types, right? We have proximity speech through quest and proximity speech through triggers, NPC triggers, right? NPC triggers. I think this thing anyway is super weird. I don't think we should ever use it. I think it's super weird. I understand we wanted to support it, and now it is. Okay, so now it's working again like it was, but if you ask me, does it make sense? I don't know, probably not. Fuck, it's not vertical. GG. No, mistakes were made. No. Ah, now it is. Now it is. We are safe. Everything is good. Everything is as it should be. Okay. So proximity speech through quest. Yeah, so we did this as well. This is what we did tonight. It's been a bit painful, but we did it. Do we really need it? No, but yeah, we wanted to do it just because we could. So to all players know, chat log always NPC. Oh yeah, this column is a bit useless, I would say. But it's just to remind that we need to put it in the chat log, but it's always the same. And speech bubble, yes. Right? And this is the same as the one above. So actually this is number 2. This number 2 is both of them, right? This number 2 is both of them, yes. And it works like above. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now I think this job is done. I don't want to spend more time on it, but we fixed. We basically fixed all the possible NPC speeches. We fixed all the possible NPC speeches, boys, which is very nice. Yes. Maybe, you know, you will test it a bit and let me know. Maybe there are still some small inconsistency, but basically now we are able to properly manage these 3 cases, right? So we have a way in the code to properly differentiate these 3 cases and treat them differently with a speech bubble that we want and when we want it, when we don't want it, right? So, and I think in my mind is clearer now how it works. Now I will forget it probably very soon, but I put some comments in the code. I think that yeah, I think it is good. I'm deeply thinking what I want to do next. What I want to do next. I think release. I think release. I think release. I mean, I think if we consider that I think we can do a test, you know, we can do a test from the beginning to the end of the character creation, including this area and all the quests, and understand if we can do what we can do. I mean, if we can do stuff now. I think it would be very nice if you know, one thing that I really want to do is right click, invite to group. Because, you know, this thing, open the group window, right click to invite a player, click on invite. I mean, it's so brain dead. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so weird as a UI, right? Because I need to know the name of the guy. Well, which may be a possibility, because maybe the guy is on the other side of the world, right? So, but, and so it's okay that I can still invite by name, but pizza? You know what I really want to do? What you really want to do? I think we want to release, no? We want to release. I think we want to release. She will say welcome to the Bronze Door Outpost for the rest of her life. But anyway, we can improve it later. I think right click invite to group would be very nice. And well, in theory also invite to buddy, right? Also the buddy list I think would be nice if you could. I mean, it's not super important, but I think it's kind of a nice thing to do. What else do we really want to do, guys? We want to test more quests. I think there were some bugs. Listed. There were some bugs listed. They were saying, hey, some quests are not working for this and this and this reason. And travel token is too big. He has a size of 1, so 20 of them will fit a sack. Will fill a sack, and 25 of them will fill a cloth sack. Travel token is a size of 1. Okay. Okay. As a weight of 0.02 and as a size of 1. See you, Fergus. I think we should do a check of all the items that actually have a weight below 1 and have a size that is equal or greater to 1. Should we do it? So if you go all weight less than 1 and sides greater or equal to 1, yeah, we have a lot of, well, I mean, the potions. Maybe the problem is only the travel token because you can accumulate them, right? Because like a tria, but a tria is not an item. A tria is not an item, right? Is it? Is 3 an item or no? It is. The size is 0.01, so yeah. We should probably set the size of the travel token to 0.1. I think it makes sense. Yeah, let's do it. I think it's easy. We just change. I think I can just change it in production. I don't care. It's such an easy change, you know. I can just change it in production and GG. It's easier now. Is easier. Okay. So we can do what? We can do update item stats, set sides equal to 0.1 where ID equal to 1532. Update item stats, set size 0.1 where ID equal to 1532. Yes, exactly. Okay, done. Done. It's now 0.1. It will load at next server restart. I mean, it's fine. I think 0.1 is probably a better idea. Yeah. Done. Should I close it? I think I can just close it, boys. I'll just close it. I mean, it's not that they have to test it, right? So it's such a simple one that when scrolling up in chat, read older messages, it still jumps. Okay, I understand. So is yeah, I understand, but I don't want to do it now. Inventory window. This one is kind of annoying. Inventory window, carry weight not updated after spells. This one actually, it's kind of an annoying bug. Please fix sounds when chat window updates from players. In Legacy, small click sound was heard in the main group, whisper, etc. when it was received. This was really good when we have someone a window open alerts you to check what is happening. Yeah, I think we need to add sounds everywhere in the UI. Should we do it? Yeah, I think we should do it. We should add sounds everywhere in the UI, boys. Do we have good sounds? I mean, we have the sounds from the old game. We had some clicks and things and dops and bops and beeps and bops, no? Uh-oh. PID is no character entry. Okay, let's check that. I think it's something that I want to do. I want to add sounds to the UI to make it feel more responsive, right? When you click on a button, you hear the click. So you understand that you clicked it, right? I think it makes the UI feel nicer. The only problem I think is finding good sounds. We have some good sounds from the old game. Can maybe use that. Let me think about it. Repo art. By the way, is this repo now working again or not? Because I don't remember. No, it's not up. Huh? I didn't move them yet. Oh fuck. I need to move them, huh? This is another work that I need to do. I can do it offline, but it's something that I need to do. Sound UI. Sound UI, there were these ones. There were these sounds. So cancel. This was the cancel. And okay. I don't know if I like it really. The quit is fantastic. Quit is absolutely fantastic. Scroll down. Scroll up. Shortcut. Toolbar. Coins. Mouse run. What was that one? Huh. Guys, I have a job for you. I have a job for you. You go into the game, you click every button, and you tell me which sound you want for what. And you also find me the sounds, though. No? You also find me the sounds. I mean, you can go here and say click. And say click, and then find a million sound, test them all. Some of these ones are actually good. This one, no. Clock. That's pretty cool. This one is pretty cool. That's very nice. Oh, wow. It would be very nice if these are configurable. Maybe a bit too much, huh? Nice. Isn't this one the one that we are using? Sounds very similar. Warning, this sound may be inappropriate for some users. What the fuck? What do you mean? There's a click. Fun, but only cosmetic. Hey, but I think, you know, it makes quite a difference. I think in the UI, if you click something and makes a good sound, it makes you feel good. I don't know how to say. I mean, it's nice to click stuff that is having a nice sound. It may become even addictive, you know? So I think we really need to do it. And also, apart from the satisfaction kind of feeling, is also an acknowledge, you know, that you clicked it. Because sometimes you click something, you don't know if you clicked it or not. But if it has a sound, you understand that you clicked it, so you don't click it again, you know, to try if it worked or not. So yeah, I think we should go. So can you do this job, boys? Can you go to this place, freesound.org, select only the CC0 because we can only use CC0. So Creative Commons 0. Listen to all of this, map it to my to our UI, and say which sounds we want for what. I think one question I have is, can we then associate the sound massively, or do we need to create our own button with our own sound? I mean, how does it, well, I mean, how do we, because we have a million UI, right? We have a million UI, so how do we say all the buttons in the game? Well, it's not all the buttons in the game anyway, because it will depend. Maybe certain window, like, I don't know, the Windows achievements, for example, maybe is a bit more special and it has a slightly different sounds, you know, for these things when you click them. But I think in terms of sound, it's just here somewhere. I don't know where is it, but it's here for sure. Assuming that there is a checkbox. If I search sound, yeah, checked sound, unchecked sound, right? So we can put it here. So we can select any sound that we have in our library, and we can select the queue. So it can already be mixed with the UIs, with the UI volumes, right? In theory, we could even split it. We could have the UI sound as a separate. Yeah, I think would be a good. I think would be a great idea. I mean, a better idea, so that we have the UI sound separate from everything else, right? So if you want, you can make it louder or not. You can also put it at 0 if you don't want to hear it at all. Yeah, it should be its own sound mixer. Preset sound, over sound. Yeah, but I think we need to do them individually though, because like this button, this close button is closing a window. So I think the closing a window should be different than opening a window, right? So it should have a different sound. So you get used to opening and closing. Pavlov kind of sound, the food bell, alright? So we need to do this work, boys. We can do it tomorrow. I mean, now is... I don't want to start it now. If I start it now, I will not do much. But I think we can do this tomorrow. We can do sounds everywhere in our UI. I need to think... it can also be keys. Like, for example, when you enter combat mode, right? When you enter combat mode or you exit combat mode, shouldn't we have a sound? Maybe yes. When you pick up something, right? When you drop something. For example, when you drop something to the ground, it would be nice to hear a sound. Now, it would be great if it could be... If you could be the sound of the item, but yeah, that's too much. But I think we need a mission for sounds. I mean, UI sounds and non-UI. I don't know how many... Do we have a mission for sounds? I mean, is dropping an item a UI sound? I don't know. No, it's probably an item sound. But, you know, it's the same thing. We need to decide what we want to do, boys. Unreal sound. Unreal, come on, sound. We had an Unreal mission learning meta sounds. Okay, this one, yes, I remember. And this one we did it. This one is the one that we used for the musical instruments. And then we had a monster sound. Yes. No, we need another mission. Which we can call UI sounds. I mean, it's not exactly, but yeah. So UI sound. So what do we want to have, boys? You need to think about it, right? What do we want to have in terms of UI sounds? UI sounds. UI sounds. I think we should categorize what we have. If you add a sound to all the title pop on game like the achieve, you go on direct to the flipper kind of thingy. I like flipper a lot. I think if you go flipper is the right way to go, Hula. I like it. I think we need to understand if we want different sounds for different things or not. Like, for example, is the menu bar, the top menu bar, you know, different than everything?
Let's be honest. Neither one of us knows what that thing does. Just put it in the corner, and I'll deal with it later.
What? Which thing? Which thing? Right? So for example, the top menu bar is one thing. Now, I'm thinking, I think we should look at the UI. Because, for example, another big one is the shortcut bar, right? But the shortcut bar, I don't know. I think the shortcut, I mean, having sounds for the shortcut bar, I don't think is that important. Because anyway, well...
Hello? What are you doing?
What I am doing? I'm doing the... Hello, Phoenix. I'm doing the... I mean, we finished the quest stuff and it's done. And I'm starting to think to the UI sounds and which UI sounds we want. But for example, drop item I want, right? Or pick up item. Or the only problem is, do we want to have the click on the context menu? Or do we want to have the click when actually the item is dropped? Because we can use the E, right? We can use the E to drop the item. No, sorry, to pick up the item. So, for example, there is a pickup item with menu, and there is a pickup item with the E key, right? So if we press the E key, do you still want to hear a sound for pickup? Probably yes. Probably yes. So do you want to hear a sound when you go combat mode? In and out? You want to hear a sound when you speak with NPC and you click on options, you know? You want to click on sound on the chat scrolls and stuff? Probably yes. You know, tab, scroll. I mean, there's a lot going on there actually. Most games put music? What the hell? Music on a button? I don't think so, Phoenix. I don't think that they add music. I mean, they're just usually very simple clicks, right? Very click, 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 click. Very, very simple sound. Also should be sound that repeated many times, like 1,000 times, are not annoying, right? They should be nice, you know, to catch. Yeah, in terms of music, we already have our music, but here we are discussing something different. Here we are discussing when you are clicking on stuff, right? When you click on stuff, like for example, all the setting, you know, and that is every UI, you know, the setting UI, the quest UI, the whatever UI, the body UI, you know, so the friends UI. I mean, all our UIs, we have a million, so each one will have a specific. So we have to go UI by UI, and so the question is how to group, right? Yeah, the music that we have at the start and at the end of the stream. If you become a Patreon, you can download the CD, the Plane Shift CD. The Plane Shift soundtrack music. You can also get it if you open the client, I guess, but... there you have a nice CD cover and stuff. So basically, okay, we have all this bunch of things, right? So the problem is how to group them, because I cannot have, you know, a million different sounds. So how do we group them? So do we just want to have one sound for clicking? So like button click, one sound, whatever it is, or you want to have like a button click positive and a button click negative, right? Combat mode is tab. You press tab. It's not a button, but it's anyway a key. So you can do like swoosh, swoosh. can do like swoosh when you enter and swoosh when you exit. So you understand you did it, right? So without even looking, you understand you did it. So in terms of which sound, we can have a button click, right? Or we can have a button positive and button negative, right? Where button negative, for example, is a back button, and example back, right? Or close, back or close. And you can have a positive one, so example open or next, right? Next or open, right? So we could have in theory two sounds, right? One for one, right? Instead of one sound. So it sounds different. When you go back, it sounds one way. When you go forward, it sounds another way, right? When you click on OK or when you click on cancel, right? So positive can be OK and can be cancel. So the cancel always sounds the same way, right? And OK always sounds the same way. So you get kind of consistent. Right? Shouldn't be the animation change when you enter combat mode and show some UI icon like above? Yes, Phoenix, but we are discussing sounds. We are not discussing animations. We are thinking to sounds, not to music and not to animations. So obviously when you enter combat mode, yeah, maybe there will also be an animation thingy. But I think it would be nice if you also have a... But anyway, combat mode is a bit of a special one, right? So it's a bit of a... It's a bit of a special case. But everything else... So let's say combat mode is a bit of a... It's a bit of a special thing here. But I'm speaking about everything else, right? So... The menu bar has all the button, the shortcut bar is all the button, the context menu, dropping an item, speaking NPC, all the options, the chat tabs, the scrolls, all of this, right? So all this stuff. So for example, the button positive can be scrolled down and the button negative can be scroll up. But I don't know if I really like it. I think the scroll, probably the scroll should be a separate I think scroll should be a separate sound. And I don't know if you want to have a scroll up and scroll down or just one sound, but I think it would be nice to have scroll up and scroll down. Like we had in the old game, we had scroll up and scroll down, right? So we had two different sounds. We had scroll up and scroll down. Now I don't know if they sound very different, but right. This is down. This is up. I don't know why we need a sound for it. Because, as I was saying before, because the sound associated to a button is anyway good. It gives you the feedback that you clicked it, and is anyway enriching your experience in the game. So it feels better if a button, it feels like you really pressed it, right? And if it's a button that is made of stone, you hear the stone and it feels better than no sound. Every button should have a sound. I think it's a default UI best practice, right? So we need them. It's not a question. We need them. It's just a matter of which ones, right? But like for example, our quit button, I think is very, very nice. There is our quit button. Right? I think it sounds nice. I don't know, shortcut button. There is a shortcut button. I don't know if I agree, but for example, there was a mouse run, right? A mouse run something. So it is a function, right? Mouse run is a function, it's not a button, but still there was a feedback that it was actually getting activated, right? So if you are pressing a button, if you are maybe typing in the chat and by mistake you go out of the chat and you press that button, you will understand that you activated something, right? So I think it's good. I think we need to do it. I just need to figure out so let's say that the minimum solution, right? The minimum solution is to have one sound for everything, right? Which will obviously be bad, but it is the minimal. The minimal solution is one button click applied for everything, right? There is more of an average solution where we at least specialize, right? The next, the open, the okay, the black. So we have a positive and negative, and we have a scroll up and scroll down, right? But for example, we have in the book, when you read a book, we have the sound for turning pages, right? And I think that's already in place. Yes, I think in the read book we have, for example, in the read book it sounds very nice, right? Because you hear like the sound of the pages turning. The sound of paper, right? And that's very nice. So maybe when you are clicking a glyph, right? So another thing would be in the inventory, right? In the inventory, I think would be extremely important. So in the inventory, when you are moving an item, do we want to have the sound of the item? That would be insane, but I think it's too much. I think it's too much. So like the insane solution, the insane solution will be, for example, in the inventory, if you are moving a sack, you have a sack sound. If you are moving a weapon, you have a weapon sound. And it depends, because if a blade weapon, if it's a blade weapon, then you have a blade weapon sound. If you have a mace or a wooden, a wooden weapon, he has a wood weapon sound, right? So that would be very, very nice. Like you move stuff and you hear the sound of the weapon, like if you are moving it for real. But I think it's a bit too much, right? It will require so many sounds. It will require too many sounds. And this will be the same when dropping it, right? So when you drop it, it may make a different sound, right? Because you put it on the ground. And so if you put on the ground a sack, or you put on the ground a gem, the gem will make a completely different sound, right? So, but that would be very, very, very tough to do and require a lot of time. I mean, it's only, at the end, it's only time. It's only time and finding the right sounds and associating them. I mean, from the programming point of view, it's super easy. It's super easy. We could even have a sound column inside the PS item table, but that would be fairly crazy. I think it would be probably easier to have it associated to item categories, right? So item categories could have a sound column. That would be the best. You could have a sound column, right? And so all the weapons will sound a certain way, all the armor, all the glyphs, all the gems, all the tools for the kitchen, and you can have some that sound the same, like maybe all the tools you do only one sound, right? But like the beverages have a different sound, the coins have a different sound, the plants have a different sound. So that would be the definitive solution. That would be really the definitive solution. Item categories. That would be the definitive solution. But it's a lot of sounds, huh? And I could use it for items, because items are a special thing, right? Items are not buttons, but pretty much they represent, I mean, they act like buttons. So I think we need to understand item. Like, for example, can we have an item in a container at least? Like, if it's a container, it's a certain sound, or no? Maybe it's a bad idea. So I could have one sound for all the items in the inventory, right? So like if you are moving stuff in your backpack, and so the sound can be like the sound of a cloth, right? So it can be a cloth sound, a cloth swoosh sound, right? Well, not that. Not that. Exactly, like this, but way louder. Yeah, something like that, for example, right? Now this is a bit too heavy. This is a bit too heavy, it's too long. I mean, it's not, but just to give you a sense, right? When you're moving stuff in your inventory, it can be like that. And then maybe when you move stuff from your inventory to a container, it can be more like a wooden click. I don't know. No, not like that. Well, that's too much. But anyway, you get the idea, right? So that is like sounding like you putting the item into a wooden container. But I think if we have like one for items in inventory, I think could be nice. Yeah, but I want to do this. I think tomorrow we will work on this. I want to do it. I think it will improve the feeling of the game. It will improve the feeling. I mean, yeah, it will improve the experience of the game. I think will be better. At the moment, it's completely silent. Only the quit button is doing something. Everything else is doing is and also I think it would be very nice to do it configurable so that you can switch between different type of sounds, like more I mean, maybe candy not, but are there candy sounds?
Candy.
No, not that candy. Yes, like that. No, not like that. Oh my god, those sounds. I don't know, I think sounds are so important at the end. There are beautiful sounds anyway. I love them. I love them all. Okay, guys, I think that's all for today. But I think we have our task. Our next task is this one, and I want to do it somehow. So I will think about it. If you can think about it as well. So we need to. If you want to take a screenshot of this, we need to understand. You can take a screenshot if you want to think about it. We need to understand. What level of sound, I mean, where do we want to associate the sound, and how many sounds we want. So we want to have just one click for everything, or we want to have, this type of clicks, or we want to go the insane solution with, every item, every different sound, or every category at least, right? So we need to think about this. Let's do it. Okay, with this, I think I'm gone. I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Meanwhile, if you want to download our game is available. You go to planeshift.it. The link is below. You click on download, and then you can play Windows, Linux, and Mac. Go and tell me how the game plays and if it works for you. And also we have all our socials here. So we have a Discord you can connect, we have a YouTube, we have a Twitch. Okay, here we are. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, and we don't have an Instagram just because it's too hard to post pictures except, you know, from your mobile. So and we have a Patreon site also, which is Planeshift, which is patreon.com/planeshift. So if you want to support the game and make it, you know, go forward faster, you can become a Patreon. We are, with the money of the Patreon, we are commissioning stuff. So basically, we make our asset faster. The more money we have, the more assets we make. Yep, and that's it. That's it, boys. I will see you tomorrow evening. Bye bye. Bye.